What's up YouTube, it's your boy Cosmic-Munk, and this is my journey on small tribes. So to start off, I do what most people do, and I went over to the island map, got some XP notes, and leveled up. Once I was all leveled up, I decided to head over to Genesis 2 and get things rolling.
What? Dooms. Come on now. Fire.
After gathering basic resources and getting myself some primitive tools and collecting a few drops, I went out and gathered some metal and some stone so I could start building my base. After I collected all the stone and metal that I needed for the base, I logged off and jumped onto unofficial with my friend. We built up this base that you'll see here in a second, gathered up all this loot.
Here we go. Oh yeah, somebody right here. He's in here. I bowled him. He's a bowler somewhere right here. Right here. Come. There we go. I'm gonna snatch his kit so we can get up here. Yeah, it's definitely gonna take a lot longer. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this.
Right now, I will call the police. No.
Yes, sir. Aw, man. It's a sad story. It's both XP, actually. Yes, sir.
Now that we had done the boss fight, we had the element to make tech turrets, so I went ahead and put a couple of those down to secure the base a little bit more. About 45 minutes after running the boss fight with my friend, I went back and ran a solo just to have some more element so we can make a transmitter and other things we needed. Right when I got done completing the boss fight, I went back over to Valguero where we were built up and we were raided. So I picked up the remainder of our base and everything that they left, and it was quite a bit actually. I picked that all up, went over to Genesis 1 and gave it all to a stranger. And right after that, I decided to head back over to Small Tribes and build up a base, continue playing. So this is me setting up my base here, my little 3x3. Put down about 16 forges, filled them all up with metal and wood. Yeah, I got it going. After I got the base all set up, I went out and found this 145 PT. So I knocked that bad boy out and tamed him up. I bought a couple cryopods from Helena, cryoled up that PT, and went out for some main wings. I found this 145 main wing, and there was another 145 to the right of it, so I went ahead and tamed them both. After taming up both the main wings, I went ahead and breeded them bad boys. That's me doing that here. And when I got back to the base, I was sorry to find out that I was raided. But whoever raided me did a terrible job at doing that because they left practically everything. I couldn't tell what was really missing. So yeah, I just picked it all up and rebuilt. I went ahead and put down some spikes. I just put them all around my base, right up against the walls and on the ceiling area there, just to prevent people from punching in through the walls. I also put up some gates, because my plan was to throw down some dinos so that they could actually kind of protect the area right outside my base from intruders. So yeah, here's me doing that. I was just about to go tame with some dinos, but I was kind of getting nervous about somebody returning and punching in my base, so I filled up the inside with spikes. And I went out and tamed a couple things just to throw down right outside to help protect the base. was able to retrieve my loot after getting chopped up by that snow owl. He almost clapped me up again. This time he tried jumping me with the dire wolf here. I found this pair of 145 Allosaurus here, so I decided I would go ahead and knock those things out. After kiting these two turtles off the cliff just to get them out of the way, I set up this trap for the Allosaurus. Got them bad boys trapped in there and started knocking them out. After I managed to get these guys actually in the trap, I started knocking them out, and I was probably about halfway through my trinks when I realized I wasn't going to have enough, so I just abandoned it altogether. After taming a couple raptors and a dire wolf for protection for the outside of my base there, I went and hit this purple drop, and I got a pretty decent ascendant rock golem saddle. Now I lost the footage to it, but I actually went back and picked up my entire base, uploaded, and got off for the night. And when I got back on, unfortunately I missed the 24-hour timer, so I lost the whole base, but I didn't waste any time, and I got back to farming to set up a new base. I just did the basics, farmed up a whole bunch of metal, wood, stone, flint, stuff like that. And if you've seen, I had a whole bunch of cooked metal on me. I had actually found 2 transmitters and drops. That's Genesis 2 for you. And I demolished those, and that's how I got all this metal. So yeah, here's me putting down a mannequin and getting the base started. After making a whole bunch of spark powder, I went and knocked out this iguanodon for some berries, which I never ended up taming. I don't know why. But after that, I found this Maywing, or not a Maywing, a moss chops, and I farmed up a whole bunch of narco berries. You can see me here crafting the narcotics. I ended up running into this massive base on Skypilar. I don't know how, but I actually ended up getting shot. I did retrieve my body though, so it was all good. Right after that, I went and hit a couple drops. You see, I got some good riot armor there. And I went out and tamed this decent level Maywing. Had some nice colors on it. After knocking that 150 Maywing out, I found this 145, so I went ahead and knocked that bad boy out as well. After taming up one of the Maywings, I went out and found this nice colored 150 direwolf, so I got her all tamed up. And right after that, I went and grabbed the other Maywing, and also got that 130 that you're seeing there. So I got 3 in total. Right after that, I went back to the base and I picked up everything. I picked up the entire base and I transferred over to Lost Island to build in one of the underwater caves. Unfortunately, I had lost the footage of me actually moving into the cave as well. Uh, but yeah, I made it happen. I just put up some pillars and put some ceilings across, as you can see. I had enough material to make an indie forge, so I did that. And this is me kind of moving everything in. I did a nice metal run. You can see I'm still setting it up, putting the mannequins down. So that was very early into it. Right after I got the base set up, I went out and tamed this snow owl, and I jumped on some drums when I got back to the base. I had enough resources to make about, I think it was about 5 or 6 turrets, so I went ahead and set those things up. Started making a whole bunch of gunpowder, and I put this pillbox up right at the entrance. I think I had like 4 or 5 turrets up right there. I ended up breeding the Maywings. It didn't get the best stats, but I ended up keeping it anyways. Yeah, so I can't complain. I hit this blue drop with the ring around it, and what do you know, it had a apprentice stego saddle, so I was pretty geeked about that. I went out and tried to tame up some Sonoma crops. I was going to settle with this level 20 here, but then a 135 came out of nowhere, so I started chasing that thing down. Now, when I tell you that the Sonoma crops are the stupidest dino in this game to tame, I am not lying. Like this thing took me on a chase. I absolutely hate taming these things. You can see right here when I ended up taming it. This is how mad I was. I started punching things and I was so mad. But yeah, we ended up getting the 135, so I settled with that, headed back to the base, and hatched the mainwing. After hatching that mainwing, I invited my friend to the tribe, and I got off for the night. And when I got back on, he actually had a whole bunch of dinos. From where, I have no idea. He just had them. So you can see he had some pretty nice dinos here. Some pretty good turtles there, and some very nice stegos for the KHP. So I got excited and I started breeding these things right away. $254 points into melee. So as you guys can see, we were set on stegos. I went to look in the refrigerator, and he also had a pair of gigas. They were juvenile, but they were still gigas. It was two females, so I went ahead and popped one of those out. After farming up a whole bunch of turret ammo, I headed over to Genesis 2 to tame a Megatherium. I found a 140 Megatherium, so I went ahead and set up a trap and got that bad boy knocked out. After the Megatherium was knocked out, I went ahead and hit the drop. I got a industrial cooker from that one. The second drop was kind of garbage. Third drop was kind of garbage. While the Megatherium was starving, I went back to the base and dropped off the metal I collected. This is just an overview of all the loot that I had up to this point. You see, I had a whole bunch of spark powder. I was pretty decent on polymer and electronics there. When I got back to the Megatherium, I went ahead and set up a forge for gasoline, so I could use my chainsaw to get some wood. So yeah, I did that. Popped out that snow owl, healed up the Megatherium, and knocked it out for the second time. I'd farmed up a slot cap's worth of wood and threw a lot of it into the Indie Forge for charcoal. Crafted up a whole bunch of gunpowder, and right after that I made, I think, about 15 large crop plots and planted down some Plan X. After putting down a decent amount of Plan X, I went ahead and started to build a turret wall. I didn't want those turrets too close to the entrance, so yeah, I began building this turret wall, which I would end up finishing later on. Base was in serious need of silic pearls and cementing paste, so I headed over to the center map with the megatherium and a scuba set. My plan was to tame an anglerfish and to collect chitin all in one go, but this ended up happening. Yeah, some beach bob has a teleporter right there in the middle of nowhere, so I ended up teleporting back to the base, getting a new kit, coming back and trying to get my the kit that I died with. Yeah, for some reason my body turned into a bag, so I couldn't get the kit. I couldn't grapple my body. So yeah, I just had to take that L. But yeah, if you guys made it this far, I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, I'd really appreciate it if you like, comment, subscribe, you know, do the usual. But yeah, stay tuned for the second episode of this. I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace out.